So it's just been revealed by Transition that they're releasing a new e-mountain bike called the Relay. So you may be saying to yourself, didn't Transition just release an e-bike not too long ago called the Repeater? And you know what, you'd be correct. But there's not a lot of information about the Relay so far, but today we're going to check out the information that we do know. And just on a quick side note, if you liked the video, please comment and subscribe. Now with that out of the way, let's check out what we know about the Relay. The Relay is an enduro e-mountain bike that has a different ethos than the Repeater, in that Transition is now focusing on lighter weight rather than a higher power output. So Transition's current e-mountain bike, the Repeater, uses a Shimano EP8 motor that's 85 Nm of torque and a 630 watt battery. Whereas the Relay will be using the Fazua Ride 60 motor that has 60 Nm of torque and a 430 watt battery. If you've never heard of the company before, they also make the drive systems for the Trek E-Caliber and the LaPierre E-Zesty. And there's going to be 3 power modes: River, Breeze, and Rocket, which, let's be honest, is just a weird way of saying Eco, Trail, and Boost. The big selling point of the Fazua system is that it's hidden in the down tube behind a cover. So if you remove the battery, the cover can be put back on and now you have a regular analog mountain bike. This allows Transition to create a mountain bike that is designed to be ridden not only with a battery, but also without, which is a different mindset that I've never seen from another e-mountain bike. The one thing I do wonder is if you remove the battery, can you still ride trails where e-bikes are prohibited? As of right now, there's no news on the weight of the Relay, but I think it's safe to say they'll be much lighter than the Repeater, which is 49 pounds. So I think based on that, it's a safe bet to say that you'd probably be in the low 40s weight-wise. And you could probably eliminate another 5 pounds or so when the battery's removed. So it would be my guess that when the battery is removed, the bike will weigh between 35 and 38 pounds, which is pretty standard weight for a modern enduro bike. The Relay is designed for either 160 or 170 millimeters of rear travel. It can be run as a mullet or a 29er. It also is going to be offered in aluminum or carbon. As of right now, there's no mention of the geometry, but it looks pretty close to the Spire, which would make it long, low, and very slack. There's very limited information about the suspension, but looking at the photos and video, it appears that the lower builds have the RockShox Zeb fork and a RockShox Super Deluxe rear shock. And the higher end carbon builds appear to have a Fox 38 fork and the Fox Float factory shock. Keep in mind these are just test bikes being shown, so it is likely that the suspension configuration will be different when the bike is released. And lastly, no prices have been announced, but I anticipate that the pricing will be very similar to the Repeater, which ranges from anywhere from $8,200 to $11,000, but keep in mind the Repeater is only available in carbon. So it is possible that the aluminum Relay will be cheaper, but I honestly have no idea and I am hoping so. So what I really like about this bike is that Transition is thinking outside the box. They're designing an e-mountain bike that doesn't even look like an electric bike, and they're going to be making it light enough so you can ride it without a battery. But there is a lot of unknowns about this bike, and it's tough to say more about it until more information is released. And with the release date not being until spring of 2023, that's a long wait. So with that being said, I want to ask the viewers, are you guys excited about an e-mountain bike that's designed to be ridden with or without a battery? Also, what do you think it's going to cost? Let me know what you think about the Relay in the comments. I'm going to be keeping an eye out on this bike, and once I find out more, I'll make an update video. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and have a great one.